So when did you start boxing? How old were you?
Um, 20 years old. Yes, I
Really?
started at 20 years old, but I've always been a fighter, and
Okay.
I fought, and I started boxing at the age of 20 years old.
Mm.
And I believe just a month apart, and then I had my first tournament.
Really?
Yes,
Sure.
I started boxing in prison,
Mm.
Drakenstein,
Mm.
and I trained about a month, and a month apart, and then they had this. They always have this event. It's the Madiba tournament. So they have this tournament. You you fight the like twice the day you win. You win the semifinals, and then you go to the finals the next day.
Mm.
And I won the finals, and I became like
The champion of the tournament.
a present champ. Like,
Nice. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I knew boxing was for me. I never looked back from there.
Mm.
I believe like boxing was for me, and then I just took it further from there.
But now, so usually like you do amateur or white collar, and then you go to professional. So what is that? An amateur? Were those amateur events
Yes,
in
those
prison?
were amateurs because they were associated with the amateur organization Sonabo.
Mm.
So I was fighting under Sonabo. Yes.
So how do you get involved in a program like that in prison? Because I mean, obviously there have to be trainers and things like that. So did Sanabo like years ago just invest and have that as a sort of an incentive for prisoners? Or how do you know how that whole story came about the whole boxing in prison with Sanabo?
So I did a documentary before of my life, the time of being in prison. Um, and I believe Mr. Berti Fori, he was one of like the head of the multi-purpose and things that are happening located to the sport. And I heard his story. He said like, I don't know, way back he wanted this program to be a part of this, like this incentive, what you said,
Mm.
to be part of the sport, to boxing, and apparently got it right, and look there, gave me the opportunity.
Mm.
When I came out, I became a professional, and look today, I'll be fighting with the South African title, and I believe I'll be making history once I claim that.
Mm. But okay, so they have you have the program. Is it something that they just mention to everybody and say, okay, look, guys, for those of you that want to box, you can come box, or how do they actually pick who gets to box in these tournaments?
So so they will come like a Ezric that will come around, and then there will be sports. So there's like
Mm.
rugby, rugby. You can attend school. Like there's programs for you to attend.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
to now keep you busy, or also
Recreational programs.
and compete at the
Mm.
level. And then I remember I was attending school also the time because I didn't finish school when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I could fill that space the time that I'm in prison serving my time.
Mm.
And then I remembered there was karate and boxing. And because I was a fighter,
Mm.
and I had heart, and then I gave my name down for karate and boxing. And then I was going out for karate for a time. Boxing didn't yet go out. And then I went out for karate, and then the prison system can change at any time. And karate wasn't going out anymore, but I was still attending school. Then boxing started going.
Mm.
Then I attended the program, doing the exercises in it. So I remember one day I went to school, so I didn't know that the boxers are also gonna go out.
At the
And
same
when
time.
and then when I came back, all the guys came from the boxing, and they were like, "Hey, today we were doing sparring
I
and all
know.
that." And that was one thing that I was looking forward to.
Mm.
So I thought, okay, tomorrow I'm not gonna go to school.
Mm.
And then the next day I attended the boxing program, and there's a ring, so there's a multi-purpose. There's boxing bags, there's a proper ring,
Mm.
like everything is there, like for you. and then we were all sitting like in the square. So I remember Mr. Fori was like choosing. There was another guy, Rothman. I can't just come to his name. He was also one of my trainers at the time, but he would train us like soldiers, because he was a kickboxing world champion.
Okay.
And then they would pick like a guy and another guy. So they would spar. And then the one who's getting beaten will sit down, then they will choose another guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So eventually they chose me, and I just started like going out swinging, and I like was hitting the guy a lot, and then he sat down, chose another guy, and I did the same, and then the guy sat down, chose the third guy. I remember he punched me so hard, my whole head whooped to the back. Then it made me like cross, man. So I went at him, and I also got a bit of him, and then from there, like, started also taking the training serious, because they could see there was potential in me.
So obviously you mentioned like a lot of fighting when you were younger, like in the streets and things like that, but that's obviously very different to boxing. There's strengths you can take with, like you mentioned, the heart and being able to take a punch and will, exactly, and actually really, I mean, throwing a punch, even you start to see what works and what doesn't work,
the technique behind everything.
Yes. How, I mean, you had a fight after a month basically, so did your coaches have to impart much on the technique side for you, or were you already kind of good with the technique?
I think because I was like, for my height, I'm tall for a boxer, and they like, we worked all of the basics, the jab, double jab, and throwing the right, and from there I just worked on that, and that won me the tournament.
So you don't have to have too much. I mean, the heart's there, the will's there. So,
and
most
basics.
And exactly the basics. Yeah. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, I've got another one for you over here and over here. Please don't forget to subscribe over here and have a look at my other socials down in the description box below. Thanks for watching.